Well, guys, I'm telling you what, this girl did her homework. I mean, she really did. Why didn't the guys pick up on this? The same theme that she's going on. Well, anyway, at least she put it out there for you to keep your firearms. She really did a good job. This is Liberty Doll, in case you don't know. Let's see, let's get this thing moving here.
Something like, this Second Amendment doesn't apply to an AR-15 because the people back in old-timey land could never have conceived of a gun that could shoot more than one round without reloading. It only applies to muskets. I've heard it, and I've heard it plenty of times. This argument is based on ignorance, and probably willful ignorance, given how much information is just a computer search away. Still, what leftist wants to deal with facts when they don't support their buttercup feelings? Stick with me as we do a little bit of time traveling and delve into the history of repeating firearms, their origins, why they were so rare, and how, when, and why they became more accessible. Since the left seems obsessed with the Founding Fathers' lack of perspective around the time, let's start with a period just before 1791 when the Second Amendment was ratified. There is an abundance of documentation and patents and preserved letters to and from Congress.
Of course, there'd be a damn... I hate advertisements, whether it's TV, radio, or video. God, that pisses me off.
I want to thank Blackout Coffee Company
for
sponsoring this video.
Let's go up here to, we'll go to the 6-minute mark, right around here. Yeah, let's go there. As soon as it gets wound down.
English gunmaker around the time of the English Civil War. Yet another British repeating gun, made in 1718, was made to combat pirate...
Oh, what?
boarding parties, and is probably the most famous. It was called the Puckle gun. It had a revolving cylinder and could fire 9 shots in under a minute. But the English hadn't cornered the market. In fact, the first large-scale production was in 1646, and it was by the Danish. Yeah, who saw that coming? I had to...
Anyway, guys, she also talks about a musket. It was an 8-shot musket. Flintlock, I think. You've got to check this girl out. I'll put a link to this. Got to remember, they were making assault weapons 14 years before the Second Amendment was ratified in 1791. So think about that. Next time some nitwit in Congress or in the Senate or in the White House wants to rattle off all assault weapons and all this other stuff, the Bruen case covers the whole thing. One more thing I'm going to get into before I shut this down. Now, I want to go through this one more time with you people. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Showed you this before, but we're going to go through it again. This is the preamble to the Bill of Rights. This came out 1789. And 91 is when it was ratified, the Bill of Rights, our Constitution. The conventions of a number of the states, having at the time of adopting the Constitution, expressed a desire in order to prevent misconstruction or abuse of its powers that further dictatory and restrictive clauses should be added, thus it extends the ground of public confidence in the government. Well, they goofed that up. There is no public confidence in our government anymore. They're abusing their power. That's why the Bill of Rights was put in there. You cannot legislate a right out of existence. Not even in the name of public safety. Now, declaratory people means to fix a problem, because people understood that if we didn't have firearms, we didn't have a government. We didn't have a future without the firearms. And the same thing is true today. If you don't have firearms, the next thing you're going to be a slave. Oh, don't worry, the government will take care of us. Boy, are you naive. Okay. I want you to understand this. The conventions of a number of the states, having at the time of adopting the Constitution, express a desire in order to prevent misconstruction or abuse of its powers that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added. Restrictive clauses is called the amendments. Got your First Amendment, you got your Second. What does the Second say? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That means Congress and the President are constitutionally barred from infringing upon your rights. Period. Hope you understand that now. Anyway, thanks, people. Remember, Constitution of the United States, and the only keepers of the Constitution are the people. We instituted government to protect our rights, not to regulate them. Thanks for watching.